All right. Hey guys, it's Baron J67 here with LV1 Gaming, and today we're sitting here with Thomas of
The Mixed Games.
the Mixed Games. And what are we looking at here today, Thomas?
All right, we are looking at Rugrats Adventures in Gameland. This is our new game in development right now for the original NES.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So why the original NES?
So this is actually our second game that we've done. The first was Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl, which was also an NES game. Honestly, it's the console I grew up with. I love it, and I've always wanted to develop on that system. So when the opportunity came, it just had to be done.
As somebody developing on at this point, 40-year-old, is it a 40-year-old console?
Pretty close to it.
Yeah, pretty close to a 40-year-old console. How is it easier? Is it harder? Like, what are some major challenges that you run into?
I don't even know if it's easier or harder, but it's definitely different. I'd say the biggest thing is, you've got hard limits for what you can do, so you don't have a lot of room for feature creep and stuff like that. So you really just have to focus on making game that revolves around good gameplay.
All right, and I actually got to sit down and play the game, and there's some really cool mechanics that you wouldn't expect to experience in a 30-plus-year-old console, such as the ability to revive your player 2 and to even pick them up and throw them along with other objects and enemies within the game. So what other features that you can talk about are you really excited about within Rugrats Adventures in Gameland?
I really like the ability that you can just sort of hot swap between characters mid-level. So you got Tommy and Chucky and Phil and Lil are the 4 playable characters. They all kind of got different abilities. You can beat each level with each baby, but say like Chucky has a higher jump. Phil he's more of a digger. He digs through the sand, or he picks things up quicker. So they've all got abilities that are sort of based on their characters, the character in the show. So Chucky's a little scared of things. It's all based on the characters that they are in the show. I really like the way that works.
And like I said, I got to play it, and I'll run some B-roll through this. You guys will be seeing it.
Yeah.
But I actually I noticed that immediately. Yeah. That each character had something a little different about them, and to see that, because when you think of NES or when you think the Nintendo, I immediately think color difference. Like, that's it. The color, little variation between the characters. But for you guys to actually implement so much character into each individual, like, clearly not just visually, you're dealing with Chucky. Like, as you said, the timidness and whatnot. And then when you're Tommy, the ability to jump and it's so cool. And I love how many layers are in Rugrats Adventures in Gameland. And this is a question I like to always ask people, devs for sure. Who is this game made for?
Honestly, I would say this game is made for, I'd say it's got a pretty big audience, because right now you've got the modern Rugrats series coming out. This is going to be available on modern consoles. I think that just this retro style will appeal to modern gamers, but at the same time, I think it appeals heavily to people that grew up with Rugrats, and maybe those people have kids and they might want to play co-op with their kids. And there's some of these little quality of life features, like say if a baby falls in a hole, they'll respawn next to the hole instead of it being, you don't die like in the original game. So there's some of those features that if it's a parent playing with a kid, it feels kind of nice, having that modern game design while it's still on the classic console. And I think those kind of people are really going to get a lot out of it.
Man, this is awesome. So when and where can folks find Rugrats Adventures in Gameland?
Yeah, so this is going to be getting a physical release through Limited Run Games early next year. It'll be also released on digitally on other consoles and platforms as well. So
all right.
Yeah, look forward to it.
Once again, Thomas with the mix. This has been Rugrats Adventures in Gameland. Thank you so much for taking time with LV1 Gaming. You guys make sure to like and subscribe and go. And can they wish list on this on Steam?
It's not wish listed yet.
Okay.
Once it is, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely follow Media Indie Exchange on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, on all social media, you can get updates through that.
All right. Yeah. We'll make sure to add all of that in the description below. Much love, guys. This is PAX West 2023. Bye.
All right.